Okay, hello everybody. hello, and welcome. How's everyone doing? It is Tuesday, March 27th, 2018, and I am Darkside Phil. Hello, folks, and welcome to my first of two big gameplay streams for the day. I certainly hope that you guys are excited. Are you excited? I am. Two new games in one day is always a great thing, right? Two premieres. You know, the premiere of Far Cry 5, a playthrough that will probably be continuing, for a week, depending on how long the game actually is. I've heard the game has a lot of open world kind of content, side content, exploration, which is a good thing. During the story parts, great, fun story interaction, with the characters in the game. But if this game is like other Far Cry games in the past, where there's a lot of kind of open world exploration, looting, killing, sneaking, etc., that will give ample opportunity for me to be interacting with you guys in the stream as well. So how cool is that? That unlike the previous Far Cry playthroughs that I've done, now that I'm a far more interactive streamer, right? It's all about me kind of, shooting the shit with you guys. It'll be fun. It'll be a lot more fun, in my opinion, when those open world segments, happen. So I'm pretty excited to see, what happens with Far Cry 5. Now, I've heard a lot of things. Some people say it's way too similar to the previous games. Other people have said it's not, that they've taken out entire aspects of the game and it's very different. I don't know who to believe. All right, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens once I play the game here today. I tend to like to wait and judge for myself. I'll tell you this, if it is super similar to Far Cry 3 and 4, I'll be a little bit disappointed because I am looking for something, more innovative in Far Cry 5. Especially after Far Cry Primal. Ugh, remember that? Remember Far Cry Primal a couple years ago? That game was just a huge disappointment. And it's like, man, I really hope that they refreshed stuff and did stuff a little bit differently here. The plot line certainly seems unique, but outside of that, we don't know what else is going to happen in this game. So we'll find out today. All right. Now, tonight, Batman, the Telltale series, Season 2, will conclude. That's right, the big epilogue episode, the send-off to find out if the Joker will become a vigilante or a villain. What's going to happen in this final episode of Batman? We'll find out tonight. So hopefully you guys will join me on my late night stream for the big conclusion of Batman. I'm excited for that. Hopefully it turns out well. Okay? So it should be pretty cool. Also, I want to say shout out and thank you to anyone who created fan art for this Far Cry 5 playthrough. As you guys can see here on the pre-stream, there's quite a bit of it. I think there's like 5 pieces of fan art. Haven't had a lot of fan art in a long time. So, am appreciative of those who did make fan art. However, I would like to just say, if you are planning on making fan art in the future, how do you do it? Well, you head over to thekingofhate.com, and on my forums there is a section called fan art with a thread that says, Phil's streaming and pre-stream artwork and emotes and the like, and you can post up fan art there. What I will ask, if you are going to do fan art, please try to make it 1080p. That's what, 1920 by 1080 resolution. Only reason being is you guys can see some of the fan art here is not, and it's not filling the stream. Some of it you can see like the PS4 dashboard. It's not a huge deal, but it is a little bit silly. So if you are going to make fan art, if you could try to make it 1080p, I'd appreciate it. But if not, it's still okay. I accept any fan art. At this point, I love having it for the pre-streams, and being that Far Cry 5, it seems like it's probably going to be a pretty lengthy game. We'll be utilizing this fan art over the course of the next week or so as I play through it. All right, pretty good. Okay, so what can you guys expect coming up in the next week or so? Well, today, obviously, the premiere of Far Cry 5 right here on stream. And then tonight, as I said, the conclusion of Batman. Tomorrow, Far Cry 5. And then tomorrow night's late night stream, Ni no Kuni 2, continuing. And Thursday will also be the same. So Wednesday, Thursday are pretty much the same. Far Cry 5, Ni no Kuni 2 paired together. Friday will be my day off, meaning my one day a week that I do not stream. However, I will be uploading the batch of Ultra Street Fighter 2 videos from last week. I actually played Ultra Street Fighter 2 last Thursday and never uploaded the videos to YouTube, so I'll be uploading those to DSPGaming on YouTube, but there will be no live streams on Friday, my day of rest, and it should definitely help out in regards to my voice and everything going on. So, and then Saturday, I will return from my day off with another full day of streaming. What will I be doing Saturday? It really highly depends on how things go this week. Like, if we're all really enjoying Far Cry 5 and, you know, I want to continue it, then I'll right away, then Far Cry 5 will be my main stream on Saturday. And then Saturday night, I'm going to be doing another kind of mini session of Ultra Street Fighter 2 at night. And then Sunday will be whatever I didn't play on Saturday. So if I do Far Cry 5 on Saturday, then Sunday will be Ni no Kuni 2, or vice versa. If maybe I played Ni no Kuni 2 on Saturday for variety, then Sunday will be Far Cry 5. All right. And then next week, again, it'll be the balance between Far Cry 5 and Ni no Kuni. Maybe I'll squeeze in a session of PUBG here or there for variety's sake. And then also next week, and I want to throw this out there, it's not confirmed the date yet, but I am going to be doing a special event next week in, you know, kind of celebration of my birthday, but also in an attempt to try to, you know, help me out of a pretty bad situation with my taxes. I'm going to be doing a special day where the entire day will be interactive multiplayer stuff with you guys. First, I'll be doing Ultra Street Fighter 2 as the main stream of the day, and then on that night, I'll be doing PUBG. When will it be? It's either going to be Thursday, April 5th, the day before my birthday, or Friday, April 6th. One or the other. All right? And obviously, as I said, the point of this day is to hopefully help out with the situation that I'm currently in with my taxes. If you guys aren't aware, sadly, my tax attorney of many, many, many years screwed me over when I moved over here to Washington State. He didn't do my taxes properly, and now I owe thousands of dollars in back taxes, in addition to federal. And I have many large payments that are going to be due in April, and I have some money for it, but not all of it. I know I don't have all of it. I don't know the exact amount yet, but I'm hoping to find out hopefully this week. I mean, it's due in April. You would think my tax attorney would try to get me the information this week. If not, I'm going to contact him and say, what the hell's taking so long? But the whole point of this day will be to hopefully, so people will be feeling generous with my birthday and everything, and try to help me out in a situation where I really need to get past this tax hurdle. Because if I don't, sadly what's going to happen is I'm going to have back taxes that I owe, interest, fees, and everything accruing all year. And if I can't pay it all by the end of the year, we'll be in a situation where I may lose my house. And I don't want to be in that situation. All right. But I'm not going to go into massive detail about it today, but just giving you guys the heads up, there is an event coming up either on the 5th or 6th of April in celebration of my birthday. All right. And hopefully things will go positively during this event. And, you know, I'll get past the next hurdle. It seems to me like in life, there's always a series of hurdles. Ever since I've done YouTube and then subsequently Twitch for a living, it seems like there's a hurdle, then a hurdle, then a hurdle. It's never like, wow, clear sailing, the road is clear. There's always the next hurdle, right? So hopefully I can get over this one and we can continue, going on positively as we've been. You know, you guys have said, overwhelmingly in the last year, you love the new streaming. You love the interactivity I do. You love that I've mixed up my content and changed it, which, you know, is a tough thing for me to do. I'm a very stubborn guy, and doing content the way that I did for almost 10 straight years, I really fell into a pattern of the way that I liked to do it. And having to branch out and change the way that I did in the last year was difficult, but at the same time, I love it now. I love coming to stream every day and interacting with you guys. It's a lot of fun. It's very different than it used to be, where it was just me isolated playing a game and ignoring all of you. Even when I live streamed, I would pretend like you weren't here. Pretty silly, right? Now I kind of get it, and I'm happy that people kind of convinced me of, you know, a way to improve and change. So thanks for that. You know, it only took you guys 9 years, but hey, you finally got through to me, and now here we are, right? All right, folks. So that's what you can expect the next week or so. Far Cry 5 balanced with Ni no Kuni 2, a little bit of Ultra Street Fighter 2 mixed in, maybe PUBG, and then a special event coming up for my birthday and to try to, you know, help with this tax situation. All right? And then after that, we'll see. There's actually a couple of games I'm considering. There's one game called Extinction that I'm considering playing. I may either do Assassin's Creed Rogue or maybe Bloodborne. I'm debating it still. There's some stuff I could do in April until God of War releases. And then when God of War releases, I think that's going to be the big release everyone's going to want to see. So, we'll find out, all right? We will find out. Okay, what else is going on? Not a heck of a lot. I don't really have much else, news-wise to talk about. No big updates or anything like that. If and when I do have more information, I'll let you guys know. But so far, so good. I would say this month, the month of March, has been really great in the realm of streaming. Because there have been some new releases in Ni no Kuni, Sea of Thieves, and, you guys have been awesome. Been coming to streams and watching, and I've been enjoying, the streams, really well this month. I'll be honest, I think February felt pretty dead. This month has kind of been the opposite. I felt like it's been more exciting. People are having fun coming out and hanging out with me on streams a lot more. The channel continues to grow. If you guys haven't seen, followers keep going up and up and up. So, good stuff. All right? Good stuff. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you being here for a big new release day. Okay? By the way, if you guys can't tell, my throat's a little better today. Yesterday, my throat was terrible. My throat was hoarse, massively swollen. It was just not in a good way. Much better today. It's still worn out, don't get me wrong, but it's feeling a hell of a lot better today. And thank God, because today's big new release day, right? So I needed to have a good voice for today, and it is. It's better. So 2 thumbs up in that regard. Thanks, guys, for being understanding yesterday when my voice sounded like crap. Today I'm feeling a lot better. All right? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's really it. Let's get to the plugs. The standard plug segment that I got to do. And then I'll do some shout-outs for the people who are cheering, subbing, and tipping here on the pre-stream. And then we'll get started with Far Cry 5. Sounds good? Okay. So, thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for watching my streams, watching my videos on YouTube. I'm very appreciative of the attention that you guys give me and the fact that you are here to share your time with me on a daily basis. I absolutely love sharing my daily gameplay experiences with you, and I love doing this for a living. So thanks to everyone who watches. It is greatly appreciated. Now, that being said, if you'd maybe like to go above and beyond just being a standard stream viewer or YouTube video watcher, because I am aware that people watch this pre-stream on demand on YouTube as well, maybe you want to go above and beyond and help out a little bit more, well, there are many ways you could do that. The first would be Patreon, which you can check out over at patreon.com/darksidephil. Your monthly contributions to my Patreon campaign help me to afford the cost of doing business. There are a lot of things that go into doing this for a living, including the cost of games, the cost of equipment. Things go wrong all the time. I just recently had to buy a new monitor, a new external hard drive, a bunch of different things that I had to drop money into. Cost of electricity. Cost of internet, which is exorbitant to have the business class internet that I have. It's very expensive, okay? All these things are ongoing costs that pop up. So your patron pledges help with that, but in addition, you earn personal perks for your Patreon contributions, which is awesome. You get something back. Things like earning text or verbal thank yous in my videos on YouTube, being able to get your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, which, hint, hint, is going to come up in April. So if you pledge this month, you can get your question answered on the next show. You can get the chance to nominate and vote on games for special events that happen. Or you can get a private Q&A video made, which in my opinion is the best perk. A lot of people love this perk so much they've done it multiple times. Rather than go into massive detail about how it works, just go check it out. All the details are available at patreon.com/darksidephil. Thanks to everyone who has contributed in the past, and thank you to anyone who is thinking about doing so in the future. Number 2, there's my Teespring shop, which is my merchandise store where you can buy t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, and all kinds of fun stuff with logos, artwork, and designs, all made by viewers and fans. Great quality stuff. I do not sell the low-quality shirts. I actually sell the higher quality shirts, and I take a I take a hit on the profit because I actually put more money into the better shirts. I can tell you firsthand the quality of the stuff that I sell on Teespring is good because I own it. I myself own 4 different shirts, plus a sweatshirt and a mug. So it's all great quality stuff. Anything you buy from my Teespring shop, I get a pretty sizable commission for, so it directly helps me out. And obviously, you get a fun collectible. All right. If you do happen to buy anything from my Teespring store, feel free to send me a picture of it on social media at They Call Me DSP. And if you do so, I will share that with my 25,000 Twitter followers. All right. So thanks to anyone who has bought something from my Teespring store before. Give it a look. The new designs are live. By the way, later this year, I will also be featuring a 10th anniversary line of products, because this is my 10th year anniversary as a content creator. Pretty crazy, huh? A lot of people can't say that. 10 damn years. To a lot of people that watch my stuff, that's half their lives. You know what I mean? For me, 10 years of being a content creator, sharing my daily experiences with you guys has been quite amazing. And I'm very happy to continue with doing this. So thank you guys for that. And you will see the anniversary line of products launch in the fall, which incidentally is the actual 10-year anniversary time, because it was the fall of 2008 when I started on YouTube. Okay? All right. And last but certainly not least, folks, if you guys are here and are watching the stream live and you'd like to get a shout out during the stream because you're hype and you're excited, you like what you're seeing, you can either cheer with bits, subscribe to the channel, or tip me. And if you do any of those three things, you will get a shout out during the stream. I will ask that if you do any of those things and are looking for a shout out, please keep your shout out messages concise. Please do not do incredibly long paragraph-like messages. You know, be as concise as possible. Do not leave me 25 sentences. Also, please do not try to do things that completely derail the stream. It's one thing to ask me a random funny question or something if there's a boring part of the game. It's another thing entirely to try to ask me religious and political questions and the like. And by the way, I should say this. Far Cry 5 is a game that's going to have some, you know, insightful things going on in it. But it also might incite a lot of anger because it has to do with religion. It has to do with that kind of stuff. I would ask that everyone during this game, please be respectful of others. This is not a stream for us to get into political belief debates and try to argue with each other about how one group is right and one group is wrong. Try to have an open mind and do not try to argue with people in the stream chat about this stuff, because that's not what the point of this stream is, all right? Okay. But anyway, yeah, also, if you're going to do a shout-out message, please don't say anything insulting or whatever, or, you know, did you hear that this YouTuber said this? I don't care, all right? I'm here to have fun, share my gameplay with you guys, period. I don't want drama. I don't want any kind of negativity. We're just here to hang out and enjoy the game. So that's what it's all about. And, of course, enjoy each other's company as well. So that's what it's all about. So let's keep it that way, all right? Now, if you want to get visual recognition as well as verbal recognition for your contributions, well, then if you either cheer 50 bits or more, if you subscribe to the channel and click on the share button after you do, or if you tip me $5 or more, you will actually get an on-screen thank you pop-up notification. These were designed by a longtime viewer, fan, and chat moderator, Popsicolo. So shout out to him for designing these for us. They're really good, and, you know, people really enjoy getting those because it gives them more recognition for their contributions. All right. Now, two quick things, guys, before we get to shout-outs. Number one, subscribers. We are pushing to try to grow the overall subscriber base of the channel. This month, the goal was 500 subs, and we've really fluctuated. I mean, at one point, we were over 450, up to 460, and then we were down into the 400 and teens. Right now, we're hovering in the 420s, all right? It's been all over the place. And what I'm finding is that this channel right now is kind of hovering between 420 to 450 subs consistently. That's a good thing. I'm certainly not complaining. That is a great thing. But obviously, the point here is to try to grow the channel as slowly, you know, well, as much as we can. Whether it's slow or not, you know, we'll see. So, what I'm going to do is for next month, I am going to change the subscriber goals, because I do feel that 500 is a really long stretch goal at this point to at least consistently hit. So probably in April, you're going to see the subscriber goal, you know, scale back. But for now, this month, it was 500. And the event that we were going to do was a Patron's Choice playthrough, where people who pledge to my Patreon were going to nominate and vote on games to do a downtime playthrough. It's an event I've done many times in the past and always ended up being successful. But sadly, I overestimated, what we were, well, I didn't overestimate. I was just basically, creating the sub goals based off of, what we were trying to grow. And now that for 2 months I've seen what the subs kind of are, now I know what's more realistic. So we will scale that back for April, all right? But I am appreciative of anyone who does subscribe to the channel. If you do subscribe to the channel, you get access to all of the fun emotes in stream chat that we have created here. Tons of them, by the way. And in addition to that, sorry, I just got a text from my girlfriend that distracted me. All right. Sorry. It happens. In addition to that, you also get a subscriber chat badge. All right. Subscriber chat badge. And the subscriber chat badge shows a crown. You either get a bronze crown when you subscribe it the first time, a silver crown if you are a 3-month sub, gold crown for 6-month sub, and a gold crown encrusted with rubies if you are a 1-year sub. Okay? So thanks to everyone who has been an ongoing subscriber. I do appreciate your ongoing support. Thanks very much for that. All right. All right. Last but certainly not least, folks, before we get to shout-outs, I've already mentioned this on the pre-stream, so I won't go into big detail about it again, but I'm in a bad tax situation, all right? Not one that I created. It's one that a tax attorney who didn't do his job, and I paid thousands of dollars to do his job, and took my money and ran and didn't do my taxes properly. That's the situation I'm in, all right? That being said, I really need your support between now and the middle of April because I need to raise as much as I possibly can to try to pay off as many of my taxes as I can so I don't owe an exorbitant amount of back taxes that are going to keep growing and accumulating with fees and interest this year, all right? I don't want to lose my house, all right? And that's the situation I'm facing if this year I cannot pay my taxes because of this bullshit, okay? So all that being said, how can you help? Well, you can pledge to my Patreon, which I've already explained. You can buy something from my Teespring, which I've also already explained. Or you can tip me during the live stream. How do you tip? Well, if you look below the stream here today, you'll see a grid of information, including links to my YouTube channels, links to my website, the rules, which, by the way, I strongly recommend you read the rules of the stream before we start, but also a section that says tips. If you click on that, it'll take you to my tips page where you can either leave an anonymous tip or you can leave a name and a message if you'd like to share, a name and a message with everyone, here on the stream, okay? Or if you're on a mobile device and you cannot see all that information below the stream, that's okay. If you type !tip into the stream chat, okay, you'll also see a link will pop up in stream chat that you can click on, and that'll also take you to my tips page, all right? Why are these 3 methods, Patreon, Teespring, and tipping, the ones that can help me right now? It's very simple, all right? Because, ladies and gentlemen, these funds, any of those methods, I get right away. They allow me to take that money and put it towards the taxes in April. Other ways of contributing are great too, but it's really tips, Patreon, and Teespring right now that are going to help me the most because those I get right away and those allow me to pay my taxes, all right? So any contributions that you can lend via those methods are greatly appreciated. Not that I'm not grateful for other methods, but this is the best way to help. So if you really like my streams, you want me to continue to do this full-time, covering everything this year, you love the changes I've made to streaming, and you like the more interactivity that I do, this is the way that you can directly support, okay? All right, let me quickly go turn down my speakers. I'm also going to crack my window open. Then we'll do some shout-outs for those who have contributed on the pre-stream, and then we'll get started with Far Cry 5. Does it sound good? Okay, hold on one second, guys. Okay, oh shit. Shit. It would help that if when I opened my window I didn't knock over a stack of boxes at the same time, but I did. Okay. All right, guys, so here we go. First off, shout out to Eternia Forever, who subscribed overnight to the channel when I wasn't even streaming. 5 months of ongoing support. Thank you very much, Eternia Forever. He says, hi, good day, sir. Good day to you. I haven't seen Eternia Forever around recently, but good to know that he is still, you know, an ongoing supporter. Hopefully we'll see him maybe on stream today. The Goat Lucas cheered and said, Far Cry hype. Phil, I hope it's not a letdown like Sea of Thieves was. Hashtag cult life. Yeah. Well, hopefully there's more to do in this game than Sea of Thieves. Okay, dude, wouldn't that be crazy? We boot up Far Cry 5 and it only has 3 missions. There's only 3 missions. There's only 3 items you can use in the game. There's only 3 missions. The combat is just mashing right trigger. It's a Sea of Thieves clone. Dude, I would lose my mind. I think it's going to be better than that, though. I really do. Okay. Shout out to Mr. Swaggins. He cheered. He says, I have a lab today at my university, but I'm skipping that shit for this stream. Oh, man. All right. So, Mr. Swaggins, here's the deal. All right. This is me being very honest and upfront with you. I, myself, would be an insane hypocrite to tell you that, you know, it's not right to skip class. I probably skipped more classes when I was at university, college, whatever you want to call it, than most people. I really pushed my luck. There were some days, no lie, I would be up all night playing video games, like on the PC. Like there were nights when I would play like World of Warcraft or City of Heroes or City of Villains, stuff like that. And then I would drive to school completely like a zombie because I was so tired, and I would be like ready to pass out. And instead of going to class, I would sleep in my car. All right. There was one class, I think I went to it like a total of 12 times instead of like the 30 classes you were supposed to go to. Like seriously, I would be very, very, very hypocritical to try to like chastise you for not going to class. All right. However, you got to do the right thing. So please make the right judgment here. If it really is a class that you feel you can skip and get away with and not have any repercussions for, okay. But, I mean, this is your education on the line here. You know what I mean? Please don't make any rash decisions or judgments to see a stream if and when it should be pretty important for you to be attending a class. All right? Okay, there you go. Shout out to Lady Morag, who has resubscribed to the channel for the 13th month in a row. Thank you for 13 months of support, Lady Morag. I appreciate that greatly. Mr. Swaggins did another cheer, and he says, this game is going to cause so many arguments in chat. Well, yeah, it's as I said earlier. All right? As I said earlier, you know, please, guys, even though this game will have, obviously, political and religious tones to the plot, I do ask that you guys please be respectful of each other. Please do not argue with each other. Please, you know what I mean? You know, let's be reasonable here. Let's not turn this into an opportunity to attack each other for each other's personal beliefs. Let's try to be open-minded. All right? Okay. Let's try to be respectful. And, yeah. Let's not turn this into an opportunity to be very angry with each other because one person believes one thing and another person doesn't. Or this is right and this is wrong and herp by derp. All right? Okay. Aussie Sly 47 Adam has subscribed to the channel for the 3rd month in a row. So first of all, thank you for the 3 months of support, but also subscribed at tier 2. That is the higher level subscription tier. That helps me out better. So thank you very much, Aussie Sly, for that tier 2 sub and the 3 months of ongoing support. I appreciate that. Allosaurus Rex has cheered and said, you typically do not rage quit games, but people are saying Ni no Kuni will be dropped before the last boss fight. Is there any guarantee you can give us that you will finish it? Sure. Let me put it this way. As long as there are no extenuating circumstances, meaning I don't get copyright strikes for the game, the game doesn't magically stop functioning, I don't run into a situation with the game where I'd have to replay like 5 hours of gameplay to get to a point that I already was at. You know what I mean? As long as the game continues to be enjoyable, as long as the game continues to stay at the level it's been, which, by the way, it's been outstanding. I really like Ni no Kuni too. I don't think anyone who's attended the streams would argue that fact that I really enjoyed the game a ton. All right. And certainly it would not be anything in regard to the game or gameplay so far. And no, there's been no indication, you know, in the 14 hours that I played Ni no Kuni 2 that I'm going to get angry at the game and rage quit it or anything like that. If anything, it would be like, oh my god, the game crashes and deleted all my saves. You know what I mean? Or I break my hand and now I can't play games for 2 weeks. That's the kind of stuff that may prevent me from finishing Ni no Kuni 2. But I do commit to you, the viewers, that I not only do I enjoy the game, but I will continue to play it. Right now, what I'm doing is I am balancing it as I said, the late night stream. So starting tomorrow, it'll be Far Cry 5 during the day and then Ni no Kuni 2 at night. Reason being, Ni no Kuni 2, obviously, is the kind of game with a lot of downtime stuff. You know, kingdom building, recruiting of people for the kingdom, combat, and open world exploration. And all those instances, there's a lot of downtime where I'm not talking, I'm just kind of doing raw gameplay, sometimes with a lot of dead time. So it's ample game opportunities here for me to interact with you guys. So that being said, it's great because, you know, I have time to talk, I have time to interact with your cheer subs and tips. It's a great game for that. Now, I understand that JRPGs are not the bee's knees these days, and a lot of people who watched it once said, it's a JRPG boring, and they never came back. That's okay. As long as we can get a core group of people who enjoy it and are coming back to watch the playthrough ongoing during the course of the, the rest of March and April, I see no reason why I wouldn't finish the game. Now, like I said, there may be extenuating circumstances. For example, last year, Persona 5 was the same deal. Was I getting tons of viewership on the playthrough? No. But a core group of people were coming back and enjoying it with me, and I was okay with that. But then, all of a sudden, we got copyright strikes. It's like, what the fuck? Copyright strikes for what? And then, I got it cleared up eventually with Atlas that it was their Japanese branch and not knowing what the fuck they're doing. But that's what I mean. If that happens with Ni no Kuni, yeah, unfortunately, it's going to have to go on hold. But we'll see. Hopefully that won't. I haven't heard any horror stories of this happening, so I think we'll be good. All right. I guess we'll find out. Okay. Shout out to Aussie Sly Adam, who cheered. Thank you very much, Aussie Sly, for the cheer. I appreciate that. It was a 100-bit cheer. So actually, now that I'm looking at it, so far, Aussie Sly Adam is today's cheerleader. There you go. The biggest cheer. The rapper named Drake just did a 25-bit cheer and said, have you considered playing Fortnite? Yesterday, YouTube broke all streaming records with 1.1 million concurrent watching and over 44 million views on the video. That is more views than you get in an entire year. First of all, I have issue with that. What do I have issue with that? Because I believe that the way YouTube streaming calculates views is different from the way that Twitch calculates views. I'm certainly not saying it wasn't a humongous stream, but I noticed when I streamed on YouTube that views were calculated far differently than they were on Twitch. So I don't know what the criteria are, but especially with YouTube, the most unreliable business website ever, I wouldn't believe half the shit that they say. And especially if they're trying to promote themselves, we are the biggest stream ever. Yeah, but no one watches streams on YouTube. So all of a sudden, overnight, everyone magically just decided to tune into your fucking stream. Okay. But I digress. Apparently, YouTube is saying they did have the biggest stream ever because a bunch of YouTubers apparently teamed up and played Fortnite. Okay, amazing. Amazing. All right. I don't care. As I've said many times, all right. As I said many times, I don't really care about Fortnite, all right? Fortnite is a game that I feel is not very good. The reason so many people play it is because it's free. I hate the gunplay. I hate the building. I hate a lot of aspects of the game. It's just not an entertaining or fun game for me at all. It doesn't even have the aspect of being able to interact with you guys on stream because the maps are so small that you have to immediately try to find weapons and survive if you could die within 5 seconds half the time. So I don't like it. I tried playing it when it launched, all right, back in the fall. Then I tried it again, and then I tried it again. I tried 3 separate times to play this game, and each time I didn't like it. I even won a match. This other thing, well, it's just because you suck at it. I won a match. I still don't like it. Okay? I'm not going to jump on the viral popularity bandwagon of a game I've played 3 times and didn't like each time just to try to get cheap views. Sorry. I'd rather play games that I enjoy and be a genuine person with you guys and play games that, I'm doing it for the fact that I'm entertaining myself and you with good gameplay. Sorry, but that's just how I am. All right? And some people will say, well, why do you still play PUBG? Because in PUBG, I have the interactivity aspect with you guys. That's the only reason. I said it a million times. I don't even like PUBG. But the fact that I can interact with you guys for 20 minutes every match is pretty fun. And as you guys saw last night when I played PUBG, the just chaotic factor of the game of being a piece of garbage is hilarious. I got fused into a fucking wall and was staring at my character's eyeballs from behind inside of his head. And then we had glitches going on. It was funny. It was a funny session of PUBG last night versus Fortnite, not so much. Fortnite ain't so funny at all. It's all about, I gotta be so serious, building fucking towers and walls and cartoonish shit like Minecraft. Oh, this is a serious game. Okay, sure it is. No, the game is free, so everyone can play it. So that's why it's so popular. Period. If Fortnite was not free, it would not be popular. I stand by that statement. It would not be. If you had to pay 30 to 60 bucks to play Fortnite, it would not be nearly as popular as it is. No one would be playing it. All right. So it is what it is. No, I'm not playing Fortnite. Vulcan just cheered. He said, love your content, Phil. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Vulcan. Appreciate that. Johnny Source Rex cheered and said, Phil, what is the deal with homework? It's not like you're working on your home. It's a Jerry Seinfeld joke, ladies and gentlemen. Captain DCW. Just subscribe to the channel for the 4th month in a row. So first of all, thank you for the 4 months of support, Captain DCW. But he also subscribed at tier 2. So thank you very much for the larger level of subscription. I do appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much for the support. The rapper named Drake did a troll-like message, but I'll read it anyway, just for the sake of everyone groaning at how stupid this is. Ready? He says, Boogie used to be really hated, but then he got gastric bypass surgery, and now everyone likes him again. Have you considered getting gastric bypass surgery to lose weight and get popular? Well, let's see. I'm not morbidly obese to the point where I can't move, and I'm stuck sitting in a wheelchair. So, no, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get gastric bypass surgery, you idiot. And also, I don't know anything about Boogie's situation of being popular, unpopular, so I don't even know if it's truthful because he got this surgery that all of a sudden he's popular. That sounds stupid to me. But, alright. Shout out to YOLO Dopper. And he says, Phil, is that why computer science class was tough for you? No. In fact, computer science, the first 2 semesters that I went to university, I didn't skip any classes. I went to every single class. Computer science was one of the ones I had to go to every class. Because God forbid if I missed a class, I would not know what the fuck was going on. Because when I went into this class, they already had, like, they expected you to have prerequisite knowledge of computer science. I was like, huh? I paid tons of money to come to university to learn computer science. And then when I go to the class, they say, oh, well, hopefully you already had prerequisites because we expect you to already know this stuff. I'm like, what? Then why the fuck am I paying to come here if you're not going to teach me the basics? And they didn't. They actually expected me to learn the basics of things like basic computer language, JavaScript, by myself. They gave me books and said, go home and read this and learn it yourself, and then come to class and learn advanced stuff. I was like, huh? What the fuck is this stupid shit? So I was pretty pissed at my college, but no, I did not miss out on any computer science classes. It was just terrible. All right. Shout out to that British lad who cheered and said, you can finish Far Cry 5 in 5 minutes. There's a scene at the beginning, and if you don't cooperate, the credits roll. Still better than Sea of Thieves. Well, that's exactly the same as Far Cry 4. So that doesn't sound very, special to me. Remember, at the beginning of Far Cry 4, you're visiting the guy who's like the dictator of, where was it, Singapore, Thailand, or whatever? I don't even remember. And he says, sit here. You know, hang out here for like 5 to 10 minutes, and I'll be right back. And apparently if you do, and you don't leave the room, he comes back, and then the game just ends, and it gives you an achievement. But if you actually leave the room, then you find out about, oh, how horrible this guy is, and he's mistreating his people, and then you start the revolution against him. Sounds to me like it's exactly the same thing. But I think people forget, Far Cry 4 was, 4 years ago? So I think people tend to forget stuff like that. So, but that's interesting to hear they put it in there again. Fred Flintstone just cheered. He said, whenever I'm in a bad place, I always come back and I get a good laugh. Phil, I hope everything turns out good with the tax thing. Well, me too, Fred Flintstone. Because the bottom line is, as I've said many times, I love what I do for a living. I absolutely love doing this. I'm one of the few people who have done video game content creation for 10 years and I'm still here. A lot of people have been here, done it, and left, or had to change up what they do. And I'm still, to this day, after 10 years, the guy who daily brings you raw, honest gameplay experiences, right? I'm not taking any paid sponsorships or, you know, I'm not getting paid to review games positively. I'm not getting advanced copies of games to kiss their asses. You know, I'm very grassroots, just like you guys. I buy the games just like you. I play the games just like you, and I share these experiences with you guys. I feel I'm one of the people. I am not any better than any of you. I don't deserve anything better than any of you guys. I don't look for special treatment or anything like that, right? And, you know, for 10 years, I've been successful with this attitude. And I have worked my ass off, you know, sacrificed a lot of things. In a lot of cases, my health. In a lot of cases, you know, time, friendships, a lot of things to make this work. You know, and I scraped and clawed in a lot of cases and I went through a ton of negativity and nastiness towards me. Still to this day, it still happens, even though now I greatly ignore it and don't give a fuck about it. It still happens, all right? So I put up with a lot of shit over the 10 years I've done this. It would really suck if after all of this and getting through all that shit, that I end up losing my house because a fucking underhanded, lazy, good-for-nothing fucking tax attorney in Connecticut ripped me off, took my money for 4 years, telling me he was doing my taxes properly when he wasn't, and then he shirked all responsibility for it. That's not good. That is bullshit. And, you know, the thing is, the situation I'm in isn't non-fixable. The problem is that really there's no way for me to fix it. It's not like, oh, well, you know, if you just sell this, you'll have enough to pay your taxes. I don't have anything. I have nothing to sell. I have no method to pay these exorbitant taxes now that are hitting me, besides kind of appealing to you guys, you know? So it's really going to depend on how well I do this year. Can I make my Twitch channel grow to the point where I'm in a situation where I can pay these taxes? All right. And a situation where, you know, I can continue to do what I do and love, rather than by the end of this year realizing I can't pay these taxes anymore, and the only way I can pay for them is to sell my house, and therefore now I can't even stream consistently because now I got to put my house on the market. I got to clean up the house and prepare it for sale. I got to start selling off the shit inside the house so I can sell the house, then sell the house and find another place to live, and then move from here to whatever the new place to live is, and getting everything set up again. It's not good. It would be absolutely horrendous, especially because I just started a life with my girlfriend. You know, she's only lived here with me for about a month and a half, and we've had a great life together. You know, we're getting things started. You know, she's working now, and I'm very soon. By the way, I forgot to mention on pre-stream, my schedule is changing April 1st. All my streams are going to start an hour and 15 minutes earlier because I'm scaling back the starting time of my streams in order to be more in line with her schedule, but also for you guys, the viewers, because I've heard feedback for years from you guys to start earlier because people who are international outside of the United States are a different time zone than me and they need me to start earlier. So I am doing that starting April 1st, okay? But this is what I mean. All these positive changes are going on, but in the meantime, behind the scenes, these taxes are fucking lingering, something that I didn't do wrong, you know? If I had known that I owed these taxes years ago, I would have fucking paid them. But now I'm in a situation where they've all accumulated to this big lump sum that I can't afford, plus taxes or plus interest and fees, plus more federal taxes on top of it. It's like it just gets worse and worse. And did I ever imagine in my wildest dreams with the amount of money I was paying this tax attorney that he'd be doing my taxes wrong? No. But you know what? That's reality, I guess. You know, it doesn't matter how careful you are or whatever, you could still get fucked. And I got fucked. So I certainly hope that by the end of this year, number one, I hope that coming up this month, people will be supportive and help me out to try to pay as much as I can in April. And then number two, I'm hoping that my Twitch channel continues to grow. And by the end of this year, I'm in a situation where I can afford these taxes and I'm not having to look to sell my house. All right. That would be worst case scenario. Terrible. All right. All right. Ow. Ow, my neck. Fuck. All right. Continuing on. Vulcan Cheer says, do you have a favorite music album of all time? I mean, that would be way too difficult to answer. I mean, I haven't listened to an album since the mid-2000s. That's the truth. When I used to commute back and forth to work in Connecticut, I used to listen to music when I drove on the highway, but outside of that, I haven't listened to an actual album of music for the greater part of, 10 years, if not longer. So no, I don't really have a favorite album. I mean, there are a lot of bands I used to like. Stone Temple Pilots, Bush, Collective Soul, just to name a few. There's probably like maybe a dozen bands that I really enjoyed in the 1990s that were my go-to bands, and I would listen to their albums over and over and over. But no, I don't have a favorite album of all time. Mr. Swaggins cheered. He said, trust me, I looked at my university schedule. It's no big deal. I'm nowhere near being in danger of failing, and I won't fail. All right. Well, there you go then, Swaggins. Hopefully it doesn't, come back to bite you that you're skipping class. Johnny Soros Rex cheered and said, we appreciate your hard work, buddy. Thank you, Johnny. YOLO Dopper cheered and said, Phil, I think the copyright strikes in 2015 are far worse than what the tax attorney did. I would say, honestly, no. And the reason being is because, here's why. When the copyright strikes happened in 2015, now for those of you who don't know, very quick story, basically people set me up. They gave me things like fan art and the like, and said, oh, use this on your streams. So I did, and I did for the greater part of 6 to 8 months. And then those people revealed themselves as, we were here to fuck you. We gave you all that fan art, and now we're going to copyright strike your pre-stream videos on YouTube that use that fan art. And they did. So we're talking upwards of dozens of copyright claims were coming in within the course of a week, which was bullshit. It's fucking fan art. It was submitted on my forums. It was they openly said use it. And then they tried to basically falsely claim it later. And back then in 2015, YouTube didn't have any protections against that. Now they do. Now YouTube doesn't allow for that shit anymore. But back then, it was awful. Like, my channel almost got shut down because people set me up. All right? It was pretty ridiculous, the amount of complexity of this situation. Now, what happened was I had to delete, no lie, about 500 pre-stream videos that all were using fan art from over the years, okay? And when I did so, my YouTube channel, DSPGaming, deleted somewhere between the realm of like 5 to 10 million views that had been on the channel for these pre-stream videos. YouTube, when that happens, says, oh, well, if someone's deleting videos, they must have done something wrong, and they immediately remove you from YouTube search rankings. So what used to happen was, at the end of every year, I would play all the big new releases, and I would be in YouTube search, so people would search, I want to see someone play, Uncharted. So they type in Uncharted playthrough, and I would pop up, because I'd been around since 2008, so I was one of the top guys that would show up for video game playthroughs, okay? In 2015, that all went away. So I used to get this artificial inflation of views near the end of the year, big money made at the end of the year for me, and that completely went away in 2015 and has never come back. My DSP Gaming channel will never show up in YouTube rankings like it used to. All right. However, the reason that I don't think that was worse than this situation, all right, very simple. The reason is because I was back then making a lot of money. All right. When I moved out here in 2014, no exaggeration, I was making more than 3 times as much as I make now on YouTube. That's why I only needed to have YouTube income. I didn't need Twitch. I didn't need Patreon. I didn't need anything. I was able to pay all my bills with just YouTube income. All right. Now, when this happened in 2015, my income almost halved. All right. But even having half income, I still had enough money between that and then between that and Patreon to pay my bills and to have no issues. So I was still good. I was never in a situation where I have now bills to pay and I can't afford it. Right now, the situation I'm in with these taxes, this is something I didn't do or anything wrong. I was screwed over by someone else being irresponsible and or underhanded. And I have no way to pay this realistically without selling my house. All right? That's the situation I'm in. This is far worse. Because I'm in a dire situation here where this may be the last year I'm able to live in my own home. Not because I can't afford it, because I can. I can afford the house. I can afford all my bills. But because taxes have come out of nowhere because of an asshole, now I may have to sell my house to pay them. That's the shitty situation I'm in. All right? So it sucks. All right? It absolutely sucks. And it is worse. It's a worse situation than 2015. Because now I'm in a situation where now my back's to the wall. And I don't have other options. 2015, okay, I had Patreon. I could switch to Twitch and try to make money on Twitch. I had other methods. Now I'm already using all those other methods to make ends meet, and now this happens. My back is to the wall. There's nowhere else to go. I either need you guys to help me, or I need to increase my viewership / popularity on Twitch enough this year that I make enough money to pay these long term, or I'm losing my house. That's the situation I'm facing. Okay? All right. Jay Bowler did a 100-bit cheer. He said, Phil, as I said during the CST stream, here's the last of my bits. I saved them for the Far Cry 5 stream. Let's see a kill streak. Thank you very much, Jay Bowler. Johnny Soros cheered and said, what is your opinion on Pink Floyd? I don't know too much about them. I only know like 1 or 2 songs. Obviously, The Wall's their biggest song. I don't know too much about them. Pink Floyd was pretty much before my time. They were more like the 1970s. So, I don't really have an opinion. There you go. Allosaurus cheered and said, how did it happen that you were still using a tax attorney in Connecticut rather than one familiar with where you were residing in Washington? Well, I've told this story many times. I'll make it very short. When I moved from Connecticut to Washington in 2014, I specifically told my tax attorney in Connecticut, I said, well, I guess this is the last year that you'll be preparing my taxes because I am moving in June. And therefore, I'm going to, have to seek out a tax attorney in Washington. And he literally, in an email, I have this in writing, said to me, you will not have to seek out a new tax attorney. I am well versed in tax law and will be able to take care of your tax needs moving forward. Even though you're no longer living in Connecticut, I can still do your taxes after you move to the state of Washington. Now, up to this point, I had used this guy from the years of 2011 through 2014. So 4 straight years I had used this guy, and he'd done great work for me. He'd found a lot of tax write-offs, and he'd saved me a lot of money on my taxes. So I had no reason to suspect that this guy was going to screw me. All right. Plus, I tell you this guy was highly rated. If you actually look this guy up in Connecticut, he's one of the highest rated tax attorneys. He used to be a dean of fucking accounting at a local university in Connecticut. So he had all these accreditations. He had all these awards. So I'm thinking, this guy knows his stuff. He's done great taxes for me for 4 years. And here he is in writing assuring me that he knows what he's doing and he'll continue to do my taxes. Okay? And then, sadly, it all blew up because for, 3 years, 2014, 15, 16, I had, everything went fine. And then all of a sudden, I find out halfway through last year from the state of Washington, oh, you should have been paying business taxes all along. Your attorney didn't know what he was talking about. So there you go. I actually wanted to switch from my Connecticut tax attorney to a Washington state, but he assured me in writing that he knew what he was doing, and he had so many positive recommendations, and I had 4 years of positive experience. I said, why not just keep using him? And I got screwed because of it. Terrible. Okay. So there you go. There's your answer. All right. Well, I think we have now gotten through everything, guys. Thank you guys very much for listening. Thank you for being here for the premiere of Far Cry 5. Thank you for everyone who has been supportive. Just to remind you, number 1, we are pushing for subs this month. We're at 425 out of 500 right now. We are still pushing. All right. That's number 1. And number 2, tips. If you really want to help me out right now, tipping me during the stream is the way to go. All right. That's what's going to help me with this whole tax situation. All right. Daniels Wee is asking, why didn't I use all the fan art? I did. I took all 5 images from the forums and put them up. So if there was more images that I missed, I apologize. This is all that I saw that was posted to my forum. So, all right. Thank you, everyone. Let us now begin Far Cry 5. Hope you guys are excited. I'm excited. It's time to begin. Let's do this. Here we go. Okay. If my mouse would work, I could stop recording the pre-stream.